mystery moments. This month, we're going to go through the Journeying Through Grief books that are sent out when a death occurs. The 4 books in the series are sent out 3 weeks after the loss, 3 months, 6 months, and 11 months right before the anniversary date. Today, I'm going to discuss the first book, A Time to Grieve. This first book is sent out approximately 3 weeks after the loss, around the time when the casserole dishes have been returned, the phone calls and visits have been tapered off, and painful reality of loss is setting in. The book starts out explaining the 3 ends of grief. Grief is normal, grief is natural, and grief is necessary. Some people feel pressured not to grieve. They are told by some to get over it or move on. The message they receive from those is that grieving is a sign of weakness. Trying to ignore or avoid grief won't work. It will only make the grief last longer and possibly cause more pain. The most important thought to remember is they should give themselves permission to grieve. Many factors can affect their grief. It talks in depth about sudden versus anticipated death. Although in sudden death, the initial shock and disbelief is often greater and lasts longer, it reminds them that in anticipated death, just because it was expected, it is no easier to bear. How a loved one died and the quality of the relationship can influence what a person is facing and how they feel. No one will grieve exactly the same. Even those grieving the same loved one will grieve differently. The book covers these topics as well as taking care of physical as well as emotional needs. The book ends with 2 great chapters. The first is coping methods that are right for each person. Is finding music or art enjoyable? Will meditation, prayer, or scripture help them through their day? How about writing letters, talking to someone, or even reading? And at those moments when nothing else will do, scream. The release of pent-up energy can be freeing. The last chapter is called If God Seems Far Away. It reminds those who are grieving to be honest with their feelings and be themselves with God, whether they are angry or at peace. As C.S. Lewis writes, no one ever told me that grief felt so much like fear. I'll leave you with this scripture, Psalm 147:3. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. May God bless you with comfort and peace.
If you have lost a loved one and would like to receive this series of books, please contact the church office. Thank you.